Gettysburg Museum of History Studios.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of Addressing Gettysburg. And today I have I think, a special treat for you. First of all, I've got a great story. Along with that comes several other great stories. And we're going to talk about something that we've touched on before with, for example, Yari Villanueva. And we're going to actually touch on it now with a friend of his, Jim Smith. He's known as the Yankee drummer. He is a veteran of the Vietnam War in the Navy. And he did something that I think is pretty cool. And it's actually along the lines of something that I wanted to do for years, but I'm just too lazy. I'm just too lazy to do it. But he actually did it. And he did it at what, age 70? How old were you when you did that? The walk.
Peter Gibbert did it at 70.
Okay, and yeah.
And that's part of what compelled me to do it, because exactly 100 years, we were born exactly 100 years and a month apart, and he did the march to Gettysburg in 1913 with his Civil War drum, and somebody had to do it, and the hand of fate compelled me.
Compelled you to do it.
Yeah.
So, Jim Smith is his name. Welcome to the show, Jim. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate your introduction, Matt. You sure did put a hell of a lot of pressure on me there to be.
Well, we Jim and I, and first of all, I want to thank our patron and friend Rich Snyder for setting this up. He's in the back, and you and I and Rich were in there talking and listening to these great stories that you have from your life. And I kind of, there was a certain point where I said, well, we better stop before we tell all these stories to death, and we don't want to talk on the show. Yeah. So there's so many things here that I want to share with the audience. And the first thing, I think, let's go with the main story, which is this recreation, this retracing of steps from Pittsburgh to Gettysburg. Tell us about Peter Gibbert. Gibbert, excuse me.
Gibbert. It's natural to mispronounce the name.
Looks like Guy.
In fact, there was during the Civil War, there was a problem in his unit. They were all mostly German, and they kept their records in Deutsch, and in many cases, I understand, gave their orders in German.
German, yeah.
And the pronunciation of Guibert and spelling was problematic for some of the fellas. So in the records and the returns, as they called it, sometimes Peter's name was misspelled. And that became a problem in finding his name on the Pennsylvania Monument. But he was here, and
so how was it spelled on the monument? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Was it the PA Monument or the 74th Monument?
Both. Well, the PA, the 74th, I don't think has a complete listing of the name.
Okay, so then whoever wrote the article got it wrong.
Could be then.
Yeah.
The 74th monument on the road there on the north side is a relatively small monument. It would not accommodate all the names for sure.
So the PA monument then.
PA monument.
And you don't remember how it was spelled?
I don't remember how they spelled it on the monument, but it's hard to find.
Okay.
Again, I know this from the family because they had tried to see it many years ago and couldn't find it. And
so that, but it was found.
Oh, it was determined. It was confirmed that he was here, and in fact, he was for a short period of time detailed from the 74th Pennsylvania to the brigade band for the 11th Corps band.
Okay.
And Elizabeth Thorne, of course, at the
cemetery.
Evergreen Cemetery, was approached by, it's in Sue Boardman's book, in the Reminiscences of Elizabeth Thorne, where she said that someone from the 11th Corps approached her and said, "How do we get to such and such a place?" And she said, "Well, I'm obviously very pregnant, and my father speaks only German, but I'll take you. I'll show you how to do this." And as she was leading this officer to where and give him directions, the brigade band was there. And she said in her journal or diary, they played a nice little ditty for my pleasure. So I'm sorry, I interrupted the story there.
That's all right. That's all right. But what is his name on the monument?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back. We'll have to go back and check it. It's been years. It's been over 10 years since I looked for it on the Pennsylvania Monument.
But someone determined that he is there. It's just a mangled spelling of his name.
It was a misspelling of the name, and it's for sure that he was here at Gettysburg in 1863.
Okay.
That's a given.
Yeah. So, he was in the 74th and then the 77th?
78.
78th.
I believe it was a 78.
Well, let's see. I can get the answer there. It's not,
it's been years since and I have his discharge papers and stuff somewhere back at home.
I have it in here. Don't worry about it. The stories are more important at this point here. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm trying to get us to the big moment here in 1913.
Okay.
He's going to go to the reunion.
That's true.
And where does he get this idea to march from Pittsburgh playing his drum? Did he have so you do it because you want to educate about military music. You want to pay tribute to what he did.
Pay tribute to Peter Gibbert.
What was
somebody
his point?
Had to do it.
Yeah, somebody had to do it, right?
Somebody
might as well be me. But what was his point in doing it, though?
That's a good question. The family didn't know.
Okay.
Apparently he was a stubborn Dutchman, which whatever that means. And like I said, he could have taken the train at no cost, like 50-some thousand other veterans did from all over the country. And he decided to march and take his drum. And got a friend, John Conroy, to go along with him. And Conroy was a veteran of the Indian Wars out in Texas, and he was only 62. So he was much younger than Peter Gibbert.
Okay.
And I marveled at that thought, coming here to Gettysburg. And, the first time that I can remember in Gettysburg was 1955.
Okay.
And what was I, 9 years old? 11 years old. And mother had been widowed, and she had worked hard and had two younger sisters and my mother's mother, Grandmother Palmer. And she bought an almost new car, an almost new Chevy. And we were going to take our very first family vacation. And we just drove south from Rochester, New York to Gettysburg. I can still see the motel where we pulled in. And at that time, you could still drive around the National Cemetery. Today it's blocked off, no cars, etc. But as we drove through the cemetery, I remember seeing a monument with an inscription, and asked my mother to stop. An inscription that intrigued me. I asked my mother to stop so I could write it down, and I did. And I've carried it with me ever since. It was called the Muffled Drum.
Okay.
The muffled drums said, "Roll his beat, the soldier's last tattoo.
Yes.
No more on life's parade shall meet that brave and fallen few.
Right.
On fame's eternal camping ground, their silent chants are spread, and glory guards with solemn round the bivouac of the dead." Obviously, I've carried it with me since then, and it inspired me. And later, of course, I found this recording by Frederick Fennell at Eastman called "The Music of '76." and that changed my life. I met Fennell, and that changed my life. And
can I tell you something else that'll change your life?
Please, Matt.
The Bivouac of the Dead, the lyrics to that.
Yes.
Do you know they match up perfectly with the melody of the Gilligan's Island theme song? Gilligan's Island, remember that show?
No, sir.
The lyrics of that poem match up perfectly with that melody.
The rest of this preview is available over at patreon.com/addressinggettysburg.